All right. Why am I screaming at y'all? Okay, so hey, gorgeous ones. So yes, it is day 4 of my series this month, and I'm late as fuck. And you know why? Because I was mimosa wasted on Sunday, and I was trying to do this video because I actually have a video, but then I was whatever. So if you were on my live, you know I was mimosa wasted on Sunday, and then so I didn't film this look, and then I got up at 4 a.m. Monday morning, said I'm gonna get it done because I'm that girl before I go to work. And then I looked at the footage, y'all, and I was like, it looked like 4 a.m. filming eye look. So I am now doing it right now as soon as I got home from work today, and I will be posting it ASAP. So let me just go on to what this is. This is a collab with my girl Kelli Htown. I asked her because I love her videos and I want us to support her and help her channel grow. Not like I'm some huge ass YouTuber, but hey, if the small YouTubers don't help each other, who's gonna help us? No motherfucker. So anyway, I asked Kelli Htown, and she just so happened to just get her Nouveau Neutrals in the mail too. And I had mine for a while, and we said, hey, you gonna do your look? I'm gonna do a look anyway, so let's do a collab. So her video is in the description box. Please go check it out. Give her some support, give her some love. You know, we all want us all to grow together. Why do I have this big ass knot on my hair? Oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay, so anyway, let's start this video. Yes, and this is me, no makeup. All right, so let's get a little prep done before we get started, because this time I'm going to like kind of talk through this a little bit and speed through some of it. So yay. So this is going to be a full face thing. And the reason being is because this has eyeshadows and blushes in it. BH is coming for everybody. People better recognize BH. BH ain't playing. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to put on this e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer. That's what I do first to make sure that my eyes are primed. Let me pull my mirror closer. Yeah, so I did this hideous look, y'all. I mean, I looked at myself in the pictures. I'm going to post one of the pictures up right here. And you're going to see, and I was like, oh, bitch, this is terrible. So I'll do 2 pictures so y'all can really get a good look at it. Why am I making that face? I don't know. Okay, that's the first thing. And then I'm going to put a little lip balm on, because you should always get your lips nice and soft. Let that marinate on while you're doing everything else. Okay, so first things first, we're going to do the eyes. Why? Because, you know, I like to be able to, in case I mess up, fix the eyes without messing up the rest of my makeup. So I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, because as I told you all, I don't like Shape Tape, but it's a great eye primer. So this isn't good enough. This is terrible under the eyes. But on my eyelids, it's absolutely cute and wonderful. So I'm going to start this up. And I'm going to use up this $24 crap that I bought. So it'll be some of the most expensive eye primer. Well, it's not the expensive. There's a lot of expensive eye primer out here. But for me it is, because my normal is my $2 e.l.f. So I'm going to prime them up with this, and then I'm going to set it with a little Coty Airspun. I'm going to see, can I actually do this like speedy? Because I'm never speedy when I'm just sitting here. Like when you do your makeup by yourself and you just I kind of like luxuriate, unless I'm like in a rush, of course. But then those times when you're kind of rushing, I kind of know what I'm going to do, because you know, you kind of have, if you do your makeup enough, you have certain looks that you can just pop out and be like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so now we're going to use the BH Cosmetic Nouveau Neutrals. And I did this horrible look, so I'm going to go different this time. So we're going to do, I'm going to use this as my transition. Now that is considered a soft shimmer because they don't have names, but what they did was give me this piece of paper with what kind of things it is. And the soft shimmers are, they're not shimmers really. I mean, they can be built up to a shimmer, but if you're just using them straight, you know, without anything, they're just a nice little semi-matte. They're like a demi-matte. Almost a satin, but not quite a satin finish. And so here we go. I don't think I'm close enough. Are you all close enough to me to really get a good look? I don't think so. Okay, so I think that's close enough. And I think my lighting is better, so now I can have a good judge of my colors and everything. Because at 4 a.m. it was a little dark and I was trying to do it quickly and I was half asleep. And so it just was bad. It was bad, y'all. So I'm doing this up here on my brow, you know, my upper, right above the crease, and you know, using this as a transition color. Okay. So then next up is I'm going to use this beautiful coral color. No lies, I was using the mauve and the mauve just didn't work for me. I looked at myself and it was like, what the fuck were you doing? I mean, what were you doing? So I'm going to do this mauve and I'm going to take this high on my crease. So it's going to be right in my eye socket. Right there. Because I have a pretty high eye socket. So we're going to put it right here. So this is going to be a pinky corally vibe. So we're going pinky coral. I was trying to do pink and mauve and that just didn't work for me. It didn't work at all. Oh, this is super pigmented. This is super pigmented, y'all. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a half cut crease. That's what I was doing. I just wasn't happy with it. It just wasn't singing to me. It was just like, no, wench, this is not a good look. Reevaluate your entire life, wench, because it's not a good look. So now I'm going to go over my transition up here because I want to give it a good blend. These are a little powdery, but not super powdery. And so this is so much better looking already. I promise you. It just wasn't working, and I don't know what I did. I don't know where I was going. It was not good at all. That's all I'm going to say. It wasn't good at all. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, where's my detailed crease brush? Y'all know I love this brush. This is my favorite brush of all. And I'm going to take this bright coral right there. And I'm going to take that right here at the, you know, in the outer V. I'm going to take it out. And then I'm going to take it a little bit lower. Because this is going to be a very bright cut crease. So I'm going to take it this low. Oops. So I'm going to take it low and give it like right below that bright coral. So it's all going to be right up in here. Ooh, child, this is bright. So y'all see, this is super bright. Now, what I'm going to say is when I'm doing this kind of stuff, I always think, oh, it looks terrible. And then, like I said, when in doubt, wing it out. Or just finish your face, because sometimes once you finish your face, the look comes together and you're like, oh shit, I didn't do too bad after all. I did not do too bad after all. And now I'm going to take this brown. They've got a dark brown right here. And I'm going to deepen it a little because I do want this to really stand out. Oh, and I'm using these BH Cosmetics brushes, the Weekend Festival brushes. These are about to be my favorites. Oh my God, this is such a good brush set. Did I just mess it up, y'all? I hope I didn't. I'll fix it if I can. If I can. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to cut that crease anyway. Now, the issue I'm also having is that with my, I'm having this allergy issue. The pollen count must be really high because I rarely have issues now, but I'm having them now. I mean, my nose is running all the time. As you can tell, I'm sniffing all the time. It is just not cute, y'all. It's not cute at all. So the one thing I will say is this brown is a little patchy, but it's coming together. Okay. And it's giving me this. Okay. So I know what I'm going to do. Okay. So I want the brown in here to like deepen it, but I don't want it to be a brown crease. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back in it with this, I'm going to use the Melanie color instead. Let me see how this will work. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm going to have to do that twice. But when I meant to go in with the bright coral. The bright one right here. This bright one right there. So let's do that. And go over this. And the dark one is it's kind of patchy. I'm not even going to lie. It's kind of patchy. I don't know if you can see it, but I can definitely see it when I'm looking at myself right there. It's kind of patchy. But I'm going to work it out. Because when in doubt, what do I say? Wing it out, y'all. Wing it out. Okay, so I'm going to make this work. And in the words of Tim Gunn, make it work. That's what I'm going to do. Because I can't do this again. Okay, so now, this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to buff it out just a little bit with a clean brush, if I can find one. Ah, here's one. So I'm going to try to blend this all together and make it work. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this crease. And when I cut my crease, I always use this e.l.f. Complete Coverage Concealer. It's not, I would never use it as concealer, but it's really good. And it's like $3 for this thing, and it lasts me forever to cut the crease. And I'm using a little stiff brush to cut it with. Now, here's the deal. I got to get quiet, y'all. This is going to be quiet work. It's going to be speed through work. Okay, so now that the crease is cut, I'm going to start with the shimmers, and I'm going to use this one right here. Now, that's considered a soft shimmer too. And I'm going to say that the soft shimmers in here are pretty soft, but what you can do is once you spray them, then they get a little pop. And they're just enough to like go, yeah, I got on a little shimmer. You know, it's not so much that it's just like overwhelming, but it's enough to say, all right, I got it on. I got it on. And I'm just going to bring that over just a little bit. Now, just so you all know, I have to get closer in on my left eye because I can barely see out of my right eye. I'm almost blind in it, to be quite honest. And so when I close my left eye, I really can't see that well. So That's why I try not to close my left eye totally. Okay. Now let me tell you, this already looks so much better than it did this morning. Oh my goodness. It was terrible this morning. It was absolutely ludicrous looking. Absolutely. I say that with all honesty to myself and to you all, that it was ludicrous looking. Okay, so next up I'm going to go over that soft shimmer with this other pink, this little baby pink, just to, like, you know, make it just a tad bit, just a little brighter. And then especially in the inner corner, but I just want to give it a different look. And you see the difference? Now, if you notice, my crease is almost gone on this side, but I'm gonna fix it. So I'm gonna go over it with this bright one, just to give it a little more orange. Just to give it a little more orangey feel on the crease. And I want to blend it in a little with that orange on the edge of both of these, because I want the crease to be a little more orange and not as dark as it was. So I'm gonna go over with that, and then I'm gonna take the pink again on the, and make sure that I buff a little more in, just to give it a good blend on the top. Just a little more blend on the top. And because I'm not feeling this, I'm gonna go with my fingertip over it to make sure it looks good. Woo, I need to do some with these claws because they are giving me the blues right now. Now this is a dry makeup wipe. I'm going to use that right there to dust off a little glitter that got on there. Just a little bit. Alright. And there we have that. I think that's going to be it for now. Hopefully this will look good. We'll see what happens. Because what do we say? When in doubt, wing it out. And I wasn't planning on winging this look. And I don't think I am. So let's go ahead and let's just do what I was planning on doing with it, which is we're going to do a little brown eyeliner, because I want it to be kind of a more fresh. I don't want to make it too dramatic. I want this to be like something you could wear during the day, you know, just hanging out and everything. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up a little bit and give it a little cleaning. Yes. Clean those edges up. Right there. And right here. So now that's better. So then we got the edges cleaned up. And boom, that's good. And now I'm going to put a little eyeliner on. I'll be right back. I'm just going to line it with a little brown. Alright, so let's speed through the face because this video was taking forever. So I'm priming with my Magic Collection matte primer. This is my favorite drugstore primer. You can only get it at the beauty supply. Now I'm going to be using my matte and poreless by Maybelline. And the thing is, you can see, clearly it's a little bit darker than me. But the thing is that the only thing I don't like about it is there's no pump. So I tend to use, pour out too much when I'm trying to use it. But I do look very golden and tan. So next up is my Naked Skin for my concealer. I do one eye at a time. That way it doesn't start drying on the other eye. And so I pretty much use it for under eye. And then I set my under eye, with the little e.l.f. Peach setting powder. And then I go to the next eye and do that one. Alright, then after that, I am going to set and then I'm going to pat it down with a damp sponge just to, set it even more. And then I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild press powder. I didn't know I was going to like it this much. I forgot I had it. But I am really loving it to set my foundation. It really, really does a good job. Really makes me feel matte and poreless. Now next up is the Master Bronze by Maybelline for my bronzer. And I do a very high bronze because I don't try to pull my face down. I try to keep it higher because that's what we need to do as we get older, keep our face high. Next up is the blush, and I'm using the Nouveau Neutrals, and I'm using that middle rosy matte color. And once again, I go high on my cheekbones. I don't go down to the apples of my cheeks because that ages us because it pulls our face down. So my highlighter is the Master Chrome in Molten Rose. I love this color. It's beautiful, to go with the pink of this look. And now, yes, there's my lip fan brush. I love that thing already. I love it so much. Love it so much. And so then I went back in and I was doing my under eyes, and I went in with the coral, but it did get away from me on one eye. But the way I did it was I used to clean it up. I used the sponge that I used the concealer with and just tapped it out. And so I didn't add concealer, but I just used what was on the sponge. That way they would be a little more even because one was, a little more smoky than the other. And then I finished it off with this like champagne gold in the inner corner of the eye. All right, so that is it for the face. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go on camera, do my lashes and my brows and put on a little lipstick. And then the face will be done. Be right back. All right, so here comes the look. I'm so goofy, y'all. One day I'm gonna become a YouTuber and I'm gonna know how to pose on these end of videos. But I hope you like the look. I like it. I love it. It's kind of a pinky, very summery, casual cut crease, mini cut crease. But if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the message, and please, if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe because it's the only polite thing to do. So it's your LuuLuu. Be bold, be brave, be fearless. Bye-bye. Have a great day.